This is the Aftermarket Radio Network. It's your weekly blitz with Chris, keeping you in the game.
Good morning, everybody. I hope the new year is treating you well and you're having a great day. Coach Chris Cotton here from AutoFix-Auto Shop Coaching, where we work hard to support your financial success. As you get into today's episode, you may know someone in your network who can benefit from what I'm talking about today. So please take time to share personally or through your social network. Please, and if you have an idea for a show topic or just want to talk shop, feel free to get with me at chris@autofixsos.com. Hey, before we get started though with episode 46, donations and donation programs, I'd like to take a quick second to give a shout out and thank our sponsor, Autoleap. Do you find it hard to manage the day-to-day at your repair shop? Autoleap is here to make your life easier. Autoleap is a modern, sleek, cutting-edge software for all your shop management needs. Say goodbye to stacks of paper and hello to the future. Streamline your daily processes, build stronger relationships with your customers, and turbocharge your growth, all with Autoleap. What are you waiting for? Make the jump to the future of auto repair software with Autoleap. Check them out at www.autoleap.com. You can also go to our show notes for the link as well. The reason why I'm talking about donations and donation programs is a couple-fold. One of the things that we try to do as a family and as a business is change people's lives. I mean, I live it every day in the coaching, but that's from a I pay you, I get something standpoint. Whereas the donating and the giving to others is giving without expectation. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. But the other reason I'm putting this out here is I have a great platform to be able to talk about things, put it out in the universe, and then actually, doing something about it. And then now sometime I hope somebody asks me, hey, Chris, what did you donate to this month? Or what did you do? Or who did you give? Or how did you help out? So in putting it out there, this is also an accountability step for me to make sure that we get this done and follow through on it. I've started talking about it. I've put it out there. I've made the statement. And so it's out in the universe. I'm also going to say this. It is truly my belief that we live in a world that's louder about the bad and quieter about the good than we have in several years. Like I can't remember in my lifetime, almost 50 years, where people are so negative and put negativity out there, because negativity is loud and positivity is quiet. So I want you to think about that for a minute, where I believe that we live in a world that's louder about bad and quieter about good. But I'm also going to say that my belief is that we live in a world that's better than it's ever been. I think in the history of the earth that we live in a world that's better than it's ever been. There's more opportunity. There's more advancement. There's more chances. If you work, and you can work at some crazy stuff right now and make yourself better and then make others better. That's the other thing. It wasn't in my notes, but I should talk about that for a minute. You have to make sure and take care of yourself. It's like flying in an airplane, right? You go in the airplane, the first thing they talk about is if something happens, we lose cabin pressure, the masks are going to pop, and you're putting your mask on before you put your other people's masks on. Purpose behind that is to make sure that you're taken care of first and you're able to help others. So one thing that I want you guys to think about and feel is that you have to take care of yourselves physically, mentally, financially first in order to give to others. Okay? That's kind of my initial soapbox, and I'm going to get off of that. We'll move on from there. Okay? Kimberly and I have been talking about it a lot. Unfortunately, we talk about giving, and in the past, we've talked about it more than we've actually done it. I wanted to make sure that we actually did it this year. So at minimum, once a month, we're going to give to a local charity. We've worked with some national charities in the past and put that out there. So our plan for this year is to give monthly. The first one was a pretty easy pick. So we're making our gift for January to the Texas State University chapter of H.E.A.T. If you look it up, it's H period, E period, A period, T period. Texas State has the largest chapter. Our daughter also goes to Texas State and is a member of that group. So we thought that we would help her out in that way and help the school out in that way by donating to the H.E.A.T chapter. I mentioned earlier others that we've given to. The ambucks.org. Kimberly and I are both lifetime members of Ambucks. We also love dogs. We're currently without a dog. We lost ours a couple of years ago, and because of the travel and everything, we decided that is just not a good fit for us right now. So we also give to the Warrior Dog Foundation. Many places out there where you can give to. If you don't want to do anything nationally, find something more locally. Give locally. And here's the other thing. You don't have to have a lot of money to give. If you have time to start this episode off with that, that's a big part of the episode. But I challenge all of you to find something that you believe in, find something that you love, find something that you feel strongly about, and then go out and do it. Okay. I have a lot of great shops that, for whatever reason, they do great things, which is great, but then they don't talk about it. And it's not about bragging or being braggy or saying, look at me, but it's about inspiring others. So if you're a person out there and you donate time, donate money, donate whatever, share it with other people, get other people involved, and let's make it louder about good and quieter about negativity instead of the other way around. Several years ago, it wasn't Hurricane Irma. It was a hurricane before that. I can't remember. I can't remember off the top of my head, but this would have been in 2000, maybe 2009, 2010, if I'm thinking correctly. Maybe after that, maybe 2013, somewhere in there. Sorry, I don't know the time frame. But there was a natural disaster, and one of the shop owners came to me and said, Chris, there's not a fund that I know of out there where shop owners can consistently put money into, and then we have somebody, and fund by, he meant like a nonprofit, and then somebody can take that money and give it out as people have issues, difficulties. He goes, I would be willing to give $1,000 to that and start this fund if we could find somebody to run it and manage it. I ran it up the flagpole at some different places. It never caught on, and we never did anything with it. So we lost out on this $1,000 donation, plus any other funds that would have been put in there. But the main reason I bring this up again is this is something that we could have done that didn't happen. So if shop owners out there think this is a great idea and would be willing for that, then please message me, email me, call me if you want to talk about it. And if there's interest in doing this again, then not that I need one more thing to do, but if I need to create a 501c3 for auto repair shop owners and put this together and put it out there so that we have this fund for people that their shop catches on fire, the wind blow, tornado, whatever, and we can put the criteria in there. If there's interest in that and people want to donate to that and make a difference, then I'm willing to cross the finish line on my own this time for that, and we'll put it out there. Okay. There's a guy named Gary V, and some of you may know him, some may not. Some like his videos, some don't. He's pretty in your face, but I like some of what he says. He talks about giving without expectation and donating time without expectations. Give without expectation. Don't join a nonprofit board for the networking. Do it actually to make a difference in someone's life. I'm going to put this little YouTube clip in the show notes where he's talking about giving without expectation. Do it to change somebody's life for the better. You put that out in the universe and things will come back to you regardless. Great things, I believe. Actually, that brings me up to something else I forgot about. I probably should have mentioned it. Talking about the nonprofit boards. Several years ago, I was on the board of directors for the domestic violence shelter, which is something that I hold dear, just to watch these people struggle to get out of the bad situations. You have mothers with children. There were some instances where we had fathers with children and the father was being abused. We had to make separate arrangements for them because we couldn't put them in the house and everything else like that. We put them in a hotel. That's one of the things that I did that I really, really enjoyed and didn't enjoy. I enjoyed the part of it, the helping others, but I didn't enjoy watching these people struggle. But hopefully we were able to make a difference in their lives. This kind of brings me back or brings me down to donation programs for businesses. As business owners, we're approached a lot by almost daily people coming in, asking for this, asking for that. We need $500 for this. We're trying to raise money for uniforms, whatever. So I think everybody's aware of those types of people that come in and solicit our time as shop owners and business owners. And I struggled with it a lot because I didn't have an unlimited amount of funds set aside for all these people that came in. And I wanted to say yes, but I couldn't. And so my alternative to saying yes was saying no. And anytime you say no, it puts you in a bad situation. Like, I don't ever want to say no as a business owner. So I'm going to talk to you about the program I developed a little bit. And it really helped those that wanted help and wanted to work a little bit. And it didn't make me the bad guy. I didn't have to say no. To try to put it in shortest terms as possible, it was like somebody would come in and ask for a donation. I would be like, yes or no. And one day it just hit me, just like a ton of bricks. What we did, and it was easier for us because it was easy to do. You can think about this in the constructs of your business and do it however you would like it. What we did is we developed a program where we told them, say, hey, we will not just outright give you money. But what we will do is we have a program, and if you work the program, you can make quite a bit of money. And we had stacks of business cards made, and on the back of it, it had a couple of lines to where the person that was handing out the cards could put their initials on it or put their name on it and then bring them back. So basically what it was is it was a referral card from the people that were soliciting the donation to people in the community for an oil service. And basically what would happen is the people looking for the donations would hand the card out. The cards would come back to us. We would mark it down and we would donate the proceeds from the original oil service back, and then 10% of any additional services that the customer bought outside of tires back to the people doing that. As an incentive or spiff, we also put $100 in the pot for the person that had the most cards returned, not handed out the most cards, but had the most cards returned. And then we'd also give another $100 to the program. And so what we did is we had a flyer made, and we would tell people as they come in, it's like, hey, we don't just outright give money to you, but we have a program here. And if you want to work the program, we're more than willing to work with you. And if you don't, then I'm sorry, that's it. And so a lot of people said no to me, like, that's too much work. We don't want to do that. And then some people did the program and worked it hard and did really, really well at it. I want you to think about some sort of a similar program to that. Find a way to say yes to everybody and not say no. Put a program together that works for them. And in this case, it also works for you. And this might be counterintuitive to my giving without expectations earlier, but it's more about the way for them to work for what they need versus you. You're still donating. It's still great. But at least this way, it narrows it down to the people that really, really want to work for it. And you'd be surprised how hard some of those organizations want to work for it. And if you find somebody that does really, really good at it, then put them on the calendar and be like, hey, let's do this again in 6 months if you would like. And again, get the big funny checks that, people on TV have when they win the Publishers Clearinghouse, and use those in your social media. Maybe you'll inspire others to donate and give. Hopefully I hope this has. Hey everybody, thanks for taking time out of your busy day to listen. If you haven't found us on Apple Podcasts and or Spotify and followed us for free, then why not? I'm sure there's someone you care about who can benefit from our talk, so please feel free to share or forward this episode on to them. This has been Coach Chris Cotton from AutoFix-Auto Shop Coaching. If you find yourself struggling in your auto repair business or have a feeling like you don't know what you don't know, but you are eager to learn and grow your business, then please feel free to reach out to me, Chris at AutoFixSOS.com, or give me a call at 940-400-1008. Time to get out and rise and grind, everybody. Have a great day.